How's it going there, guys? This is Trey up here at Mad Vapes of Shelby, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about common vape mod problems. Usually most people are using the regulated devices today. They have chips in them and there's still plenty of problems with them. So we're going to talk about 5 problems. The 5 problems that we're going to talk about are check atomizer, if the mod's not turning on, low resistance, overheating, and no atomizer. Believe it or not, check atomizer and no atomizer are not very different. First, we're going to talk about overheating. So overheating, batteries discharge a little bit of heat whenever you're using them. So if you're constantly just sitting there just vaping, then every once in a while you're going to want to put it down just for a little while, maybe take the batteries out, let them cool down as well, because you've discharged a lot of energy through them, so they're going to discharge a lot of heat in turn. So that's the way to fix that. Next thing that we're going to talk about is if your mod is not turning on. 9 times out of 10, if your mod will not turn on, you need to check your batteries. There's a chip inside of most regulated devices that's called the reverse battery protection. Reverse battery protection. So reverse battery protection, what that does is if you put the batteries upside down, your mod will not turn on. It won't allow the device to turn on because your batteries are upside down and it won't work. So I've done this several times, just not paying attention. Just make sure that your batteries are right side up and keep on vaping. So next, let's talk about low resistance. Low resistance is actually one of the reasons that you can have check atomizer or no atomizer. Some devices will just read it as the check atomizer or no atomizer. Most devices have an actual setting where it will flash up low resistance. So low resistance, what that is you've built too low of ohms, your resistance of the coil is too low. So all you have to do is pop out that coil, go with a new coil, build a new coil if that's what you're into. Most devices have a set limit. I know that the Guardian box mod, the Guardian 150 from DovePo, it is a 0.05. You can build all the way down to a 0.05. If you go below a 0.05, it will not fire it. So easy fix on that. And now let's get to the big ones. So check atomizer, there's several things that can be wrong. Low resistance is one of those, as I mentioned. Your contacts might not be touching. This could be because there's a recess problem with your 510 on your actual mod, or else your RDA is just not long enough to touch it. You can take a screwdriver and turn out your 510 a little bit if it's adjustable to make it touch. Otherwise, that probably means that it's a recess problem with your connection on your mod, which means that it's sitting down too low. Usually they're spring loaded and it should pop back up. Sometimes you have to jiggle them a little bit with a screwdriver. Next could actually be the chip. The chip can go out from time to time, especially from overuse. So if you're getting the overheating a lot, that can actually fry the chip. Another thing is if the wire is grounding out. So if you have a wire that's touching where it's not supposed to be, such as it's touching the, you've got it going into the ground side and also into the positive side, but it's touching the positive side again, that could result in a check atomizer, which is actually saving you because grounding out a wire is not good. It can pop the connection on that. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is no atomizer. So you have a lot of the same kind of things. You could have no connection. You could have juice on the contacts, which is keeping it from making a connection. There could be juice on your internal wiring, which most people don't check that. And most devices you don't really have to worry. It's just ones that have a seam down the middle. Sometimes the juice can leak down through that. And one that usually doesn't happen too much, but there can be a popped internal connection. So if there's a popped internal connection, you're probably not going to know it unless you've already opened up your mod. If you're having that problem and you just can't solve it the other ways, then you're going to want to bring it up to a shop and have someone else look at it. If you've already seen it at home, you're probably just going to see that one wire has no solder connecting it to something else, and that's probably going to be the problem. That's pretty much all I've got for you guys. So take care, use this information, and have a good one.